Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, March 10th, 2026. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru, Covington Alsina, and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. You want to set your alarm for noon tomorrow? We're going to be releasing a really good podcast with Annapolis Mayor Littman on his 100th day in office. It is Boomer Trivia time, and there's no multiple choice this time, but what product included the comic strip Bazooka Joe? This is an easy one, and I bet Bazooka Joe would be canceled today. I'll have that answer for you in about 5 minutes, but right now we have some news, so shall we? Somebody in Annapolis had a bright idea. The Resilience Authority is seeking proposals for a feasibility study on whether an electric streetcar system could return to downtown Annapolis. The concept would follow the old route, doing west and main streets and extend out into Parole, with a preference for fixed rail historic replica system. They say that the goal is to create an environmentally friendly, accessible transit option while also exploring other ways to improve mobility, including buses, walking trails, and bike trails. Now, the study is going to be funded with $100,000 from the city, $50,000 from the county, and additional support from the Denker Foundation. Even if the study does come back with a glowing report, nobody should expect to hop aboard next week. Any real project would still be years away. I wonder how those streetcars are going to get around a stalled vehicle or a truck making a delivery on Main Street. Navy head coach Brian Newberry has announced the football staff for the 2026 season with plenty of reshuffling on both sides of the ball. Eric Lewis has been promoted to defensive coordinator, Ricky Brown moves up to co-defensive coordinator, and Jarek Hall adds the title of associate head coach for defense while staying with the defensive line. Charles Mack joins the staff as the cornerbacks coach, and Brenton Wimberly takes over linebackers with help from Va Niamatalolo. On offense, Drew Cronick returns as coordinator. Mick Yokidis has been promoted to associate head coach and special teams coordinator. And Anthony Zahawi joins as an assistant offensive line coach after stops at Naps and Loyola Blakefield. Tommy Laurendine shifts to fullbacks with Ivan Jasper going back to focusing only on quarterbacks, and several other position and support staff members remain in place as Navy gets its coaching house in order for the upcoming season. The Annapolis Film Festival is putting the spotlight on climate change and environmental justice with This Is Not a Drill, which is going to be the festival's environmental showcase selection this year. The documentary will screen on Friday, March 28th at noon at Maryland Hall in their main theater, followed by a panel discussion. Directed by Oren Jacoby, the film follows three grassroots leaders in the American South as they take on the oil and gas industry and confront the real-world impact of climate change and environmental racism in their communities. The film had its world premiere at the Telluride Film Festival and also won the Audience Award for Best Documentary Feature at GlobeDoc. It is one of more than 70 films in this year's Annapolis Film Festival, which does run March 26th through the 29th and includes panels, filmmaker conversations, and events all across downtown Annapolis. It's the kind of film that is probably going to leave you thinking a little bit longer than your popcorn will last. You can get your tickets and passes at AnnapolisFilmFestival.com, and I highly recommend that you do so. Augie's Muscle House and Sports Bar officially opened yesterday at the Annapolis Town Center, bringing a Belgian-inspired menu and strong sports bar vibe to 1915 Town Center Boulevard. That's in the old Bonefish Grill location. The restaurant, which has built a following in Old Town Alexandria, now makes its Maryland debut with a menu centered on mussels, Belgian specialties, shareable appetizers, craft beers, cocktails, and wine, along with a few Maryland touches. On the entertainment side, Augie's is leaning hard into the neighborhood sports bar scene with large screen TVs, dartboards, arcade games, and high-top seating, and a central bar area designed for groups and game days. And if yesterday's bakery talk got you hungry, Great Harvest in West Annapolis has two reasons to stop by. First, the bakery has launched made-to-order sandwiches and salads for the first time in its 26-year history, adding breakfast sandwiches on fresh-baked cheddar biscuits and lunch sandwiches built on the breads that made it a local favorite. Combos, drinks, chips, and snacks are all available, turning the longtime bakery into even more of a corner cafe. And second, this is really kind of cool. Great Harvest is teaming up with Eastport favorite Forward Brewing on a Gouda Stout bread for St. Patrick's Day, blending one of the bakery's signature flavors with the signature stout from Eastport's favorite brewery. The special loaf is going to be available starting on Thursday morning and only available through March 16th, so there is a very real and a very short window to make some excellent carb-based decisions in your life. This weekend on the Local Business Spotlight, if you are a teacher, this one is for you, or if you know a teacher, this one is for them. We're going to be chatting with the founder and former AACPS teacher of EduAid. That's going to drop at noon on Saturday. And today is Ticket Tuesday, and I am all restocked from Ram's Head on stage, so thank you to them. But if you're interested in seeing the Agrolites with the Player Band tomorrow night, I've got a pair of tickets. Or maybe you're into Los Straitjackets on the 14th, John Moreland and Patterson Hood on the 15th, and what the heck, Carla Bonoff on the 19th. And we did a bonus pod with her a little bit ago, so you want to give that a listen if you missed it. Get in touch with me if you'd like any of those shows, and you may be on your way. But be sure to go check out ramsheadonstage.com because there is lots of great stuff coming up. And by now, you do know the drill. Please let your friends, neighbors, and colleagues all know about our daily news recap email. It is free. It comes to your inbox every night at 7 p.m. and is going to keep you up to speed on all of the top local news stories. Plus, it's paywall free, and I've got a link for you right here in the show notes. All right, let's put this puppy to bed with a quick thank you to you. We'd also like to thank our sponsors for the Daily News Brief: Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Mac Medics, Covington Alsina, Third Eye Comics, and Hospice of the Chesapeake. As for that trivia question, Bazooka Joe was the comic strip included in every piece of Bazooka bubblegum, and I also seem to remember it also included like a little fortune, maybe, on the bottom of it too. Does anybody else remember that? All right, so now you just need to chill out. We have George Young coming up with your local Anne Arundel County weather in about a minute, so hang tight.
Third Eye Comics, the DMV's favorite nerd store featuring comics, anime, toys, games, graphic novels, records, and so much more. Visit the famous Third Eye Superstore in Annapolis, Maryland, only 5 minutes from Annapolis Mall, or one of our great locations at Lexington Park, College Park, Waldorf, or Richmond, Virginia. You can also shop online at thirdeyecomics.com.
Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Hey everyone, this is George Young with your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief weather forecast for Tuesday, March 10th. Yesterday finally brought some really nice conditions to the Annapolis region, and today and tomorrow will bring more of the same ahead of some rain, but the weekend still looks fairly nice. Look for sunny skies today with highs in the 60s near the water and 70s away from the bay, with 70s then expected tomorrow for most spots in the region, with a small chance for a few PM showers Wednesday afternoon and evening, with showers then likely in the overnight and AM hours of Thursday as a cold front moves through from the west, with highs Thursday back down into the 50s or maybe low 60s, but sunshine will return Friday through much of the weekend, with temps in the 50s Friday and Saturday, with 60s 4 p.m. highs on Sunday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young for Eye on Annapolis Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net/weather for the latest conditions and forecast information for the Annapolis region, so you can always stay weather informed.
There are more than 500 pets in the care of the SPCA of Anne Arundel County that need good homes, and they have so much to offer the rest of us. At Annapolis Subaru, we are committed to helping the SPCA see that these animals stay safe and healthy. All year long, Annapolis Subaru partners with the SPCA to host pet adoption events, sponsor vaccination clinics, and community events. We feature pets on our weekly Canines and Crosstreks podcast. Our associates and our Subaru customers show up in packs at the Walk for the Animals and Lights on the Bay events. You can help our SPCA find loving homes for these pets. Volunteer, donate, foster, read a book, scratch some ears, or rub some bellies. Show up for the pets in the care of the SPCA of Anne Arundel County.
Have you ever thought, I think I'm okay, but you just want to know for sure? Covington Alsina is right here in Annapolis, helping women put a clear plan around their money, their goals, and their life. For over a decade, they've helped women turn uncertainty into clarity with practical guidance built around real life. Whether you're making a career move, planning for retirement, managing investments, or sorting through tax and estate planning, Covington Alsina helps you get organized and move forward with confidence. And if you'd like to learn before you leave, Covington Alsina hosts monthly educational events, virtual and in person. Learn more at covingtonalsina.com and click events, or call the Annapolis office at 410-457-7165. covingtonalsina.com, at the intersection of women and wealth. Advisory services offered through Covington Alsina, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves the risk of loss and unless otherwise stated is not guaranteed.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.